So I'm gonna be reading off this little paper thing because I can't remember everything. But I'm gonna be reflecting on some of the key points and takeaways from my paper over the pandemic's impact on children. I learned a lot about how the effects of the pandemic weren't temporary, as they continue to affect kids today, even after the restrictions have been lifted and businesses and schools are open again. We talked mostly about things such as the impact on their academics, their social lives, and their mental health, but I'm going to start with the academics. It was super difficult for kids to get the attention they needed when remote learning, as it was just a really ineffective way for young kids to learn. Their parents also couldn't help as much as what was needed because they were busy working. The pandemic also heavily affected kids' social lives. Because they weren't able to socialize as normal, they became very shut in, withdrawn, depressed, and anxious. They had to use things like Zoom to keep in touch with friends, but they also couldn't make new friends. Kids' mental health was also strongly affected. Having to isolate and uproot their whole routines and lives was super disrupting and caused a lot of them to become depressed as well. They also had worries about what was going to happen in the future. Another thing we talked more about was how a lot of them developed really unhealthy lifestyle habits during the pandemic. I don't know how I didn't think about this before because I also got lazy during this time because there was nothing to do. But the issue is that some of the kids still have the unhealthy sedentary habits to this day. And as we all know, breaking a habit can be difficult. All of the stuff we talked about show me that even though it seems like everything has returned to the way it was pre-pandemic, a lot of kids are still dealing with the negative effects of this pandemic.